Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. There's Porter down here on Harrison and East Berkeley Street. And this is one of many streets where the city has neglected to replace or fix. Well, at this point, probably replace, because you can see all the damage to these areas. Potholes, sidewalks are damaged. And I would say the last 4 years, the city of Boston has neglected their duties in fixing our streets and sidewalks. Unsafe road conditions. Just about everywhere you go in the city of Boston, you're going to find this. It's no secret. The question is, where is the money that's been set aside for all these years? Hey, where did it go to? So there should be enough money to repave all these streets the correct way, not patching and all that stuff. I'm talking about rip it up and do it the correct way. I'm just going to show you a brief idea of what they do. Now, what they would try to do, they try to come up here and cut out a section and patch it. But these streets are beyond, they're beyond that. They're beyond patching and all that kind of stuff. When you get this much indentation and deterioration of the ground, it's time to rip the whole thing up and do it the right way. Look at that. You can't make this stuff up, guys. It's been left like that for years. We had a very, very mild winter. Not much snow at all, so that's not an excuse. You can see where it has been shaved down before, and they did a, just so you can see it, a very thin layer on top of that layer, which wasn't sufficient enough. And I talked to a gentleman with a reputable company, and I asked him why he doesn't do paving for the city of Boston and other municipalities, and he said they're too cheap and they don't want to do their ground the right way. And prime example, look at that. You shave it down a little bit and you try to coat it, and it doesn't even bond properly. I mean, sometimes you got to do it the right way. Look at this. So what the city is trying to, they're trying to patch job it, piecemeal it. But we see this much, they call it alligator, and we see this much alligator cracking. That means the whole surface got to be done over completely. There's no piecemeal in that right there. You don't try to patch that up. That got to be replaced. They've been neglecting, like, as part of it was Marty Walsh's administration, Kim Janey, and now Mayor Wu. So all three of them took part of this monopoly scandal they've been doing. Try to put the blame on each other. The people say, well, give Mayor Wu some time. Well, she's been there long enough. How much time are you going to give them to mess up the city? And we've been doing some study. I've been talking to a couple of people. We've been doing some kind of studies on how they operate. And it's proven true. She's been inside the city council for several years, so she knows exactly how the system works. She's just trying to see how she can manipulate the system. That's what she's doing. So don't try to give her a chance. Give her a chance to mess up the city worse than it already is. You see, that's subgrade material right there. If that's deteriorating like that, that means it wasn't done correctly in the first place. There's no way that should be ripping up like that. No way that should be happening. What they did, they didn't grind down deep enough, and that little layer they put on top is not enough to bond to that. That's what's going on there. Sometimes you got to put a bonding agent on there to seal it. Those cracks weren't sealed either. They tried to seal it, but they probably didn't seal it the right way. This section probably was a section that was done over. And this is just one of many, many areas. I just want to point out to you guys. I'll do a few more of these videos to show you how bad these streets are. So at this point, I think you would have to rip all this, at least from here all the way down there. And you can see the aftermath of them trying to piecemeal it before. They cut out a section, try to repatch it over again. But that's not really working too well. The sidewalks are horrible. Look at that. They cracked cracks all over the sidewalk. This is one of many intersections or streets. You'll find more. Just about anywhere in the city of Boston, you're gonna find this. So you don't have to look too far for it. For I understand, those ramps are not supposed to hold any water. That ramp look like it's holding water to me. I don't think the ADA will be too satisfied to see that. Ramps are not supposed to hold any water. And that's probably one of the ramps they got to do over because it doesn't have a landing on it either. So one of the many millions of dollars they spent and did them wrong. I don't know if you guys remember about, we're looking at about probably, I want to say about 10 years ago. That's why the ramp's not supposed to hold any water, for reasons like that. Now, if there was a rock or something in there and she did that, she could have definitely tripped and fell. They did a lot of ramps over, but they did them all wrong. They knew the specs, but even though they had the right specs, they did it wrong anyway. So that goes to show what we have for the city of Boston. But keep an eye on stuff like this. You're gonna see this all throughout the city of Boston. And they got some streets they're trying to patch rather than repair or replace. That's going down East Berkeley is not too bad, but you go down Harrison Ave, forget about it. The ramp looked like it's been patched over after some kind of construction work. It'll take years for them to put that back the right way now. Alright guys, I figured I'd show you a little activity down here in East Berkeley, and this looks like it came off a piece of a truck, a bed of a truck anyway. I figured I'd show you some potholes and hiccups in the streets. Alright guys, just keep an eye out for these horrible streets in the city of Boston. Yeah, that one right there definitely needs to be done over.
It like doesn't close. I've been wanting to do that.
Alright guys, catch you in the next one.